Speaking of having kids, I kind of lied earlier. Christina asked me what my favorite book is, and I said the one thing. I like the one thing. Do you guys know what book this is? This is Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. This is actually my favorite business book. And people ask me that a lot. I'll have clients or friends that will like, what books do you read to help you get in the right mindset? It sounds ridiculous. This book is a great business book. And there's a huge section in the middle of it about the waiting place. And I probably, at least once a month, I read with my kids, and we talk about the waiting place. And I won't read the whole thing to you, but it talks about this place where people go, and they're waiting for life to happen to them. They're waiting for opportunity to drop in their lap. They're waiting for that grand slam deal. And so this is the place where people are just waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, the mail to come, the rain to go, the phone to ring, the snow to snow, waiting for yes or no. That's what most people that we know are like, right? They're kind of just going through the motions with their life, and they're waiting for this aha moment or an opportunity to drop in their lap. And it's something that just, it doesn't happen. You have to get out and take action. So anyway, this is my favorite business book, The Waiting Place, or the Places That You'll Go. So this is an example of the cost of waiting, of sitting around and waiting for those things that on that slide previously where I was talking about the reasons why somebody might not want to take action. So in 2017, the mean price in Ada County was $270,000 for a single family home. Now, in November 2023, it was $530,000. So you could have bought any house on the MLS with no competition, not having to even think about it, using a conventional loan, getting market rates, no pressure whatsoever in 2017, and you would have $260,000 in equity right now. And that would be an average equity gain every year, $43,000. I didn't even make $43,000 a year until about 8 years ago. And you could have done that just by buying a house and sitting there, literally doing nothing. The cost of waiting over the last 6 years for one deal in Ada County is $270,000. And if you reverse that, and what if you did 3 deals in 2017? Or what if you did 7 deals? If you did 4, you'd be a millionaire. That's just equity. It's pretty expensive to wait. All right, I have a little activity I want to try with you guys. Okay, you guys have all seen a graph like this before, right? You guys are really quiet. I'm usually not nervous doing this, but now I'm feeling nervous now. Okay, so I'm just going to draw this same graph right here. So we've got cost. So we'll just call this the cost of an average property. We've got time down here. Okay, so I'm going to replicate that line. So we're in an environment over the last couple of years where prices have been coming down a little bit in Ada County and in this general area, right? Everybody generally agree that they've been coming down a little bit? Okay. So I'm going to draw this line, and when the market hits the bottom, when you think the market's going to hit the bottom and go back up, I just want you to raise your hand. So I'm just going to draw this line like this, and when you think I've hit the bottom, you raise your hand, and that's when you're going to buy, right? Everybody wants to buy at the bottom. So when I hit the bottom, raise your hand. Oh, she was close. She was close. So what made you close, Christina? Why do you think that you were the closest to buying at the bottom? Luck. It's luck. It's luck.
Actually, I kind of saw you start to go back up, so I grabbed it.
If you buy at the bottom, it's luck. It's just luck. I don't care what you read, what you think you know. If you buy something at the bottom, it's luck, because there's only one way you can know when the market hits the bottom, right? What is that? Because it just happened. That's the only way that you know, because it just happened. You can't anticipate where the bottom of the market is. And a lot of people who are obsessed with this idea of buying the lowest rate they can, the cheapest price they can, when they get right here, sorry, I turned it, but when you're just hit the bottom, you look back, you're like, oh, it was just there. What's the first thing they say? It's going to come back. I'm going to wait a week. It'll come back. It's going to go back down. And then it keeps going up. It'll go back, and then it comes down a little bit, and they're like, oh, I'm going to wait because it's going to keep going. then it pops back up. It's luck. If you buy at the bottom, it's luck. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about Burr. There's a lot of people that are experiencing here, and this is kind of a high-level overview of Burr. If anybody wants to talk more about this process or Burr or anything like that, you guys are welcome to reach out to me, but I do want to throw out one of the reasons that I'm pretty stoked to be here is that Blue Sky and Brian, in all honesty, they do the same thing I do. We have pretty identical business models. And these guys have, I mean, they invited me to come and talk here, and that's one of the reasons I'm not wearing my gear, is I want to respect the fact that we kind of do the same thing. But they have an abundance mindset. They're not worried about me coming here and impressing you guys, obviously, and having you call me. But anyway, the reason I'm bringing that up is that these guys are awesome. They know what they're doing. They're vertically integrated. They have everything that you need to invest. So if you're looking to invest, you want to invest with it, you're going to want to invest with them. If somebody from this meeting calls me and you want to talk to me for coffee, I'll happily talk to you about any of the things we're talking about or anything more, but I'm going to send you back to them. They're your people. They know what they're doing. They know this valley, and they've got a handle on things. So I'm just throwing that out there. But if anybody wants to talk to me more about this, I love talking real estate. I'm a real estate nerd. So Burr, I talked to a lot of people about Burr, and one of the things that people say is like, oh, like I ran the numbers, and if everything goes really well at the end, I'm going to be at like 78% loan to value, and if I can't get to 75%, then it's not a good deal. 78% loan to value is, I think it's a pretty damn good deal. And not only that, but 78% loan to value means that you have 22% equity. That's a lot better than 0% equity. A lot better. Plus, you can do cash out refis at 80%. So a lot of taking action, in my opinion, is you have to be a little bit flexible with what your buy box looks like. A lot of people, especially newbies, they want to come in and they're like, I read an article, I've studied, I read a book or whatever, and like, this is my buy box and this is what's supposed to look like. And then a deal that's 1% off. And 1% is nothing, as you guys know in real estate. I mean, Jeremy, you guys do a lot of rehabs, right? How often is your actual cost exactly where you thought it was going to be? 0% of the time. So your numbers in your buy box, that's going to change when you get into a property anyway. So be flexible. I mean, don't be unreasonable, but be flexible. I can tell you that in my investing career, most of the deals that I regret are ones that I was inflexible about my buy box, and in retrospect, I'm like, I should have done that. Am I okay on time? So basically, like, this is a high-level burn. I'm just using even numbers. But if you look at a place that has an ARV of $100,000, and you think you can get it for 50, obviously you're not going to buy something in this market for 50%, but you got a 25% rehab budget, you're all in at $75,000. If you've got an ARV of $100,000, then you can cash out all of your investment at 75% loan to value. So that $75,000 you put in, $50,000 to purchase the property, 25 in rehab, you can go to a lender. They're going to loan you 75% loan to value on that property. So you're going to get all of the cash back you put into it. You can rent the house out. Essentially, you got a free house. If somebody else is covering the mortgage, and I know a lot of people say, like, well, it needs to be this much over the asking price. Is there anybody here that if you could get all your investment out on a property and then it breaks even month to month after that for the first couple of years, would you be cool with that? Yeah. See, I see a lot of people here that are like, yeah. I talk to a lot of people that are like, absolutely not. It's got a cash flow. The cash flow is going to come. The cash flow will come. If you can find a place right now that you get all of your cash out of and it pays for itself the first couple of years, you're in good shape. If you find a deal like that, you can call me if you're not happy about it.